So my dad is really, the reason why I'm in the industry right now. My dad never worked in the industry. Um, he retired from the Air Force, and then after that, he taught school. Retired from that, then he was in the financial services for a little bit. He sold, life insurance, but he never dealt with, estate planning, investment management, and a lot of things that I do now. But it was early conversations, that I had with my dad. Um, about investing. Even though my dad wasn't an investor and didn't do it from that standpoint, his form of investing was starting savings accounts and just adding money to it, which is great, and buying life insurance, which is great to start and do something somewhere, but it wasn't that next step of actually building a portfolio in the stock market and really understanding, how that works and all the nuances behind that. But he would challenge me to think about how a company would respond in different economic climates, different situations.
I think that empowers the new generation, the next generation, especially because as we watch others and we see so much success out there and people actually creating a beautiful life and a beautiful career for themselves. And, there's this younger generation who is just in the beginning stages of building something. And there's this, sense of fear, anxiety, frustration, because you just want to be there. And it takes time. And there's a whole path that teaches you and you have to move through it. You do many different things until you figure it out, until you get to where you need to be. And these other things that you do are actually part of building you, because maybe if you haven't done everything, all the different jobs and careers you've had in the past, maybe you wouldn't be so good at what you do.
When I was in high school, my sister worked at AT&T, and T, and she worked in their wireless division before they spun it off from AT&T to AT&T Wireless. And he asked me, he says, when they're doing this spin-off or when they're selling the company, does that increase the value? What does it mean? Are, people be laid off? Are they going to have to hire more people? And so those kind of conversations and questions, even though they were, just quick conversations, little small things at the breakfast table, but those things, caused me to think about and look at things from a different perspective.